How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Box to Box, and it's a big one. The international break is coming to an end, and this Saturday we kick off game week 9 against Tottenham here at the Emirates Stadium. Like I said, it's a big one, and I've got a familiar face with me. You might recognize him from the Big Six. You might recognize him from a few shows over on AFTV over the last couple of years. Tap in, Tobes. What are you telling me, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, in better spirits. Listen.
Why are you in better spirits?
Spurs are doing well, innit?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the same reason why you're smiling, the same reason why you've hopped up that fence of yours. So, yeah.
What fence is that you're talking about, my guy? I'm still very much balanced.
All right, cool. If that's what you're going to call it, balance, fence sitting, same thing.
It is what it is. Yeah. But listen, big up Tobes. Obviously not for this weekend, being a Tottenham fan, but he's a big member of the Big Six, and you lot always show love there. So love for the love as always. But let's get into it, Tobes. The first North London derby of the season. And over the years, it tends to be we win our home ones, you win your own ones.
Yeah.
This season, we've both started well. You know, we're in the third year of our process. Mikel's gone through.
Trust the process.
Well, yeah, a lot of people are trusting processes nowadays. You know, yourselves included, my guy. So you know. You lot, isn't this process a Conte process now for you?
I call it a project.
A project? Yeah, you're trusting the project, yeah?
I hate that word process, man. And I even hate the word project, to be honest, but yeah.
It is what it is. He's trusting the project, people. But listen, we both started the season well. Surprisingly, maybe, in terms of Arsenal, a lot of people did predict Tottenham to be in and around maybe the third position this season, being that you have Antonio Conte and his credentials in the game. But thoughts on your start of the season so far?
I think results-wise, you can't complain, man. 17 out of 21 points. It's been a fantastic start to the season. 18 goals scored, 7 conceded. We haven't lost the game yet. Listen, on paper, like it's been an excellent start, I must admit. But me being the fan I am, like, as much as I love Antonio Conte, I'll admit that our performances have not been at the standard that I expect consistently. Like when you've seen us turn it on, like we've actually steamrolled some two sides in particular, even 3 sides to be fair, at home. But we've just lacked that ingenuity consistently. We've lacked that ball security, like ball handling security. Like I just think this season we've just been way too sloppy.
Is that something that comes with Conte though, and what he wants to do?
I think sometimes, yes. Sometimes his tactic is. It's a consequence of his tactic, which is surrender possession and keep it tight and compact. And I'm calm with that, yeah. But even with his coaching, he still wants us to be way more responsible than we have been on the ball. Like he's not telling us to do half the stuff that we've done this season. Give the ball away to the opposition, turnover possession, just... in some games, we're struggling to string 3-4 passes together, and it's just not on. Look at that Leicester game as an example. Until he tweaked it with Basuma and Son, like even though we were winning 3-2, the performance just wasn't good. So I'm not here to dump on Spurs, because I'm a big defender of our team, because a lot of people give us way too many pelters about our performances and pretend like this is how we always play. It isn't. You got to remember and remind yourselves why we got top 4, because we were smashing teams towards the back end of last season, playing really good football. So all these people who are saying, oh, Spurs can't play good football, you're lying. It may not be Pep Guardiola ball, but you know, when we up the gears, up the levels, bruh, like we can put some good moves together, put some good goals together.
So I take it as question marks over the performances, but as long as it yields results and you can move forward. And you mentioned in the Big Six this season's a big one in terms of a trophy for Tottenham. You're expecting something over the line this season? Yeah,
man. I think it'll be a disappointment if we don't get one. I'm saying, I'm consistent with it. I'll be saying it. Like, we didn't bring Antonio Conte in to just do what other managers have done, right? No, I don't believe many managers in world football would have got us top 4 with the squad that he picked up and sort of inherited over the course of the season. I don't believe that. He's a unique breed of manager. Do you get what I'm saying? And there aren't many managers as good as Antonio Conte. So whilst he's here, I have to believe that we're going to change. We're going to, maybe if not in our approach off the pitch, then certainly in our performances and our results on the pitch. I have to believe that Antonio Conte is coming here to make a difference at Spurs.
And you mentioned 17 points, 18 scored, 7 conceded. Arsenal have 18 points, 17 scored, 7 conceded. Very similar starts. We've got the 1L in comparison to your 2 draws, which in fairness, both coming away to West Ham and Chelsea. And more often than not, when you look back at previous seasons, they're probably looked at as a good point away from home.
100.
Maybe drop points.
100.
In terms of Arsenal, you know, you've been quite vocal about your feelings about Arteta. So have many fans of Arsenal and opposition over the years. Do you feel like you've been proven wrong, albeit it's only the first 7 games? Not necessarily because we've achieved something, because we haven't, but because Arteta might be showing that there is a good manager in there, and given some time and resources, he might be able to do something moving forward. Because just maybe 6 to 12 months ago, a lot of people would have laughed at that suggestion.
You know what? He's definitely proved me wrong in certain aspects. Because remember, I was hounding him.
Yeah.
I was hounding your club to get rid of him. And I think he proved to me that, like, even though he didn't get top 4 last season, I think with what he did, like, you can't be mad at Arsenal keeping him. Giving him a new deal, like, even though you've thrown away top 4, maybe that's a bit shaky. It sends the wrong type of message in terms of, like, your ambitions. But, like, I felt like, if I'm being honest, I think it would have been harsh if he got sacked last season. But I think he's done a couple good things, man. Like, I think he's been able to reinvent certain players that didn't work before in your team, like Granit Xhaka. Certain players have gone up a level under him, like Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe, we saw towards the opening stages of last season as well. So
Xhaka being the most recent example.
Yeah, man. Like, he's been able to sort of show signs of, like, a good coach, but I'm not ready to sort of buy into the hype just yet, because, okay, we're talking about what you have done in doses. Do it. You've been given more money again this season. You've been given 130 odd million to spend, and you've brought in the players that you want, your first choice targets. Now go and get them what they've been looking for. Top 4, guarantee it.
Yeah, well,
it's a minimum this season.
I will correct you and say it's 115 mil, but there's not much difference in the numbers there.
Potato.
But I'll agree with you and say top 4 has to be the bare minimum this season.
Has to.
And just off camera, we was talking about it and saying, you know, younger fans and top 4, it might seem like success, but fans that have seen real success before, like myself with Arsenal, top 4 is just the next step. It's not a celebration, it's not success, it's the next step. And you're right, it is the necessary next step this season. So
100.
Albeit a turnaround for Arteta, there's a lot more support from him, from Arsenal fans, and there's a lot more admirers from afar in terms of opposition and whatnot, but it comes down to 38 games and finishing at least in that top 4 position, and maybe
Facts.
a cup run.
Maybe,
with
bro.
it.
You got to be looking to win that Europa League, buddy.
We do, but I just know how it is. I know, listen, if we make top 4 and get Champions League football and the cups don't go as to planned, I think that is the bare minimum. Like I said, obviously we'd want to win a trophy with it, because that, you know, trophy is real success.
Yeah.
But making top 4 will be the bare minimum regardless of trophies. But you know, there is pressure on there, because still a lot of people doubt Arsenal. Yes, we started the season well, it's only 7 games, but you look at the past 5, 6, 7 years, there's a lot of doubt there. So it'd be good to finally get over the line in top 4 at the very least. I want to introduce a little special guest we have on the scene.
You're spoiling my content this week, but let's get him.
Listen, we're gonna make your content what it is, people. I want to introduce Tosin. What are you saying, Tosin?
What's up, man?
You good, yeah?
Thanks for having me on the show.
I have to reach the mic over to you as well. What are you saying, my bro?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm happy to be here, but I'm shocked at how bad the Emirates looks, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, he's talking about the paint work, or the lack of it, let's say.
The design looks great, but the paint looks horrible. The seats are cracked out, washed up. It looks like it's breaking down.
Yeah, it looks like it's breaking down, but listen, the 7 games so far, we'll take it.
Yeah, it's a happy trade-off for me. I'll take it. I'll take a bad stadium with a good Arsenal. I'll take that.
And you lot might be saying, are you seeing double? You kind of are seeing double. This is Tobes' twin brother. I'll introduce him again, Tosin. And Tosin, you've got a certain shirt on there, a classic, a little retro
Classic,
there.
yeah.
What happened to this one then?
Hey.
So basically, I think he just bowed to peer pressure, basically.
No.
Because in where we grew up in Enfield is, I would say growing up, it was probably 60% Spurs, 40% Arsenal. And obviously Arsenal were the better team, but I think he just went with the crowd, you know. As most Spurs fans do, they just go with the crowd. They're not really sensible.
Sensible. Okay, cool. Come on, you know what? I've lost my words now, so you know
I can't say
something mad, so don't worry. Let me not speak too much.
Tosin, you just heard us speaking about Tottenham, a bit about Arsenal. What's your general thoughts about both seasons so far for both clubs?
I think both teams have started off really well, to be honest. I mean, like, Spurs should bite someone's hand off to be third at this point in the season, not playing, in my opinion, not actually playing well, and still picking up the results. Arsenal have done well. Obviously, I was very, very disappointed with the Man United result, purely based on the fact that so much hype, actually playing better, and for large spells of the game did play well, but I still found it frustrating that a United side that isn't that great still found it very easy to open up Arsenal. And that's the only, I feel confident about this weekend, but that's the only thing that gives me slight concern. As good as Arsenal are playing, you can still pick them apart in like 2-3 easy moves. So.
And you said confident, Tobes. I want to ask you about this weekend. We started box to box saying, generally over the seasons it's been we win here, you win over there.
Yeah.
Any confidence going into this weekend?
My confidence is in Conte, literally. Like, it's my confidence. You see, my confidence is in Conte, not the fixture, because the fixture is. It's dangerous for us, man. 1 win in 22 years. Like, come on, only a fool would come in here, all guns blazing. But listen, it's a different Tottenham. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not the Tottenham that came here last season with an amateur at this level, because he's not a bad manager, but an amateur at this level in Nuno who came here and got killed in the first 34 minutes of the game. But this is a manager that knows his stuff. This is a manager that thrives playing sides like Arsenal. So I take my confidence from my manager every day of the week. People talk about sustainability. It is sustainable. Most goals scored, one of the highest amount of goals scored in 2022. Conceding low quality chances. I can't see a reason why I would go against Conte to come and do something similar at the Emirates. But that being said, I'll take a point. And I think he can get a point. Last
year in that game, Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe really took centre stage. Oba got a goal as well. Tossing this season, this Saturday, looking at Arsenal, Jesus has started the season well. Saka started well under the radar, I'll say. Obviously, we've seen better, but being second in terms of assists so far and people doubting your performance, that kind of bodes well. Martinelli started the season well. Odegaard, Xhaka. In order for us to get the win here this Saturday, who are you looking at to be the catalyst for that?
Odegaard, and if Thomas Odegaard, and depending if he plays, who plays in that like sixth role in front of the back four, because Sambi's done well there.
Has he?
Yeah, he's done well. As in compared to what he was when he first signed for Arsenal and Arteta put him in that role and he was trash. He's done a lot better in terms of like passing the ball forward. But I think most important players for Arsenal will be Gabby Jesus, Martin Odegaard. Of course, Xhaka's... Actually, you know what? I'll put all four of them. Xhaka, Odegaard, and who plays in that sixth role. And I would probably add cheeky left back as well, because we've got an issue there as well. Tierney, I heard he got injured during the international break and got sent back early.
Concussion apparently, so hopefully...
hopefully he plays, but I think those are question marks for me, because as good as we're playing, there needs to be a solidity against Spurs, because Spurs... Like I said, they've not been playing well, but what is annoying about a Conte team is that with the players they got, they will absolutely murder you on the counter if you don't have a solid structure in place. So
I think when you talked about that United game and the way we lost it, Sambi wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but his inexperience kind of led to openings. Gabriel cost us a little bit, so I understand why you mentioned that sixth position. On the flip side, Tottenham, for you lot to come here and take a point, maybe 3 points, who has to be the catalyst for that?
I think the midfield have got a tough job on their hands, man. We lose the midfield battle almost every time we come here. I think the only time we've actually come here and we've actually won it was when Dembele. I think we got a 1-1 draw. Dembele was quality in that game. But yeah, no, the midfield is the most important for me. I would actually quite like to see him play a 3-man midfield. I feel like if we play a 2-man midfield, we're going to get killed.
I was going to ask, does Basuma start?
He should start. And I know Conte doesn't really trust him tactically yet, which I sort of hear as a manager. Like, if a player isn't playing the way you want them to play, fair enough. But he needs minutes. He needs minutes to get used to your way of playing. And I feel he's a player that you bring in for the big occasions. He's bossed it at the Emirates. He's bossed it at our ground. He's bossed it at Stamford Bridge. And having him in that team will give us that license we need for the likes of Højbjerg to go and do what he wants to do, the likes of Bentancur to go and do what he can do as well. So he has to play for me, in my opinion. We have to go with a 3-man midfield.
You're looking at that midfield. All right, let's round it up, people, with predictions. Being the special guest, Tosin, let's start with you. Prediction this Saturday midday?
2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
I actually agree with you. I'm saying 2-1 as well, so I might as well go next. We're both going for a 2-1 Arsenal win, and Tobs?
2-2 Desmond.
2-2 Desmond. Hopefully it's better for you this one than it was last season, my guy.
Bro. I'm not coming this time. I'm watching it from afar. So
watching from afar. Probably for the best, my guy. Probably for the best. But listen, Tobes, you did mention that you're doing some content with Tosin on your channel.
Yeah. So look out for that. It's coming out Thursday 6 p.m. Just a little 20-25 minute thing, just digesting the game as well in a bit more detail. But yeah, just look out for that on my channel. It's coming soon, coming real soon.
You know what I'll do? I'll tag Tobes' channel in the title and I'll put it in the description as well. So look out for that this Thursday, 6 p.m. Tosin and Tobes will be going at it, the North London derby. Let's see who comes out of that one, the winner. Let's see who comes out this Saturday, the winner. Hit the like button, people. Give us your thoughts, predictions, all of that in the comment section below. And love for the love as always. We are out. Peace.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.